You never see commercials for new cereals. There are no new cereals. For some reason, cereal innovation ceased in the March 30th. There have been three big innovations in the history of cereal: popped cereal, add sugar and just eat fucking cookies lol. I just saw Wendy's Frosty flavored cereal at the store yesterday. I'm sorry, but go down the cereal aisle and look for yourself. There are some trippy ass cereals now, man. Cereal is usually advertised during shows for kids, so unless you are still watching Sesame Street in your March 30th, 2024 Magic Spoon high-protein cereal, you won't see it on television though. There's Minecraft cereal. Also Crave. I'm sure if I danced down my cereal aisle, there's a few new ones that have popped in. There's also only so much you can do with wheat, rice, corn, and flavoring. Different flavors of Cheerios and cornflakes are our limits. How do you tell a close mate that bringing his girlfriend to every guy's event is starting to piss off the group just a little? It's perfectly acceptable to have a guy's night as much as it is to have a girl's night. Just tell them it's a lad's night. Just a simple and honest conversation like, "Hey bro, we just want to do a guy's night tonight." That cool. But you're right, things like this usually do lead in seeing your friend less, but separations like these are natural as people and their relationships change. Tell him that it's just going to be a guy's night. If he throws a fit, then that is his problem. Be straight up. What'd do if my friend brought her to everything? It's a guy's event, just us buddies. She is cool or not it her, but it's for us and only us. We don't bring our girls either. You tell them exactly as you wrote right here. Grow up and talk to him. Tell him something like bringing his to every guy's event is starting to piss off the group just a little bit. What would be your reaction if Donald Trump dies tonight? Holy shit, what did you Kretcher know that the rest of us didn't? Well, my reaction would be that you should have a very strong alibi for tonight just in case. I think it was Mark Twain that said while he'd never wish death on anyone, he's not been too upset at reading their obituary. Look, I was out till 3 a.m. all claws, no laws after a metal show last night. I'm bruised and hungover, and all I want to do is eat my weight in eggs Benedict. But if I gotta go party with my people, I gotta go party with my people. Tonight this weekend. Well, it will all depend on if he returns in 3 days. I would be ecstatic, but worried about all the crazies that love him and wait for their conspiracy theories. But after all, he eats like a teenager, literally does not believe in exercise, is always red-faced and bellowing about something, so surely he won't be around too much longer. Relieved. Funny how porn industry is the only one decent enough to not shove ads down your throat mid-video. I mean, redirecting you to another website and opening another tab with what you clicked on, then redirecting you there is pretty fucking shady, and arguably worse. Looking at you Pornhub. Imagine in the middle of the video you almost reaching your climax and then, worst bust ever. People don't watch porn long enough for mid-rolls to be effective. Imagine you're beating it and suddenly you get an advertisement for a Disney movie. Well, there's usually other things being shoved down throats in those videos, so there's not a lot of room for ads at that point. Brasts sirs is free. Don't give them ideas. Yeah, never mind the 10,000 other ads being played on the sidebar. I think people would be beyond pissed if they jacking it to a video, then a commercial for the new Reading Rainbow starts up or some shit. Mood killer lols. Yes, there's already enough things being shoved down throats on there. Millennials, what do you think we're gonna see in our lifetime? Another once-in-a-lifetime recession. Breakthrough treatments for dementia, Alzheimer's. Retirement age set to 80. Cancer becomes a managed chronic disease. Halley's Comet fingers crossed. Elder Scrolls Vi. The explosion of Betelgeuse into a supernova hopefully. Resource wars. A new generation complaining about how we ruined everything for them somehow. Sadly, I think American millennials will see our government deteriorate to a place that we would never have imagined it getting to. I think we'll see a lot more climate-related fallout with droughts, severe storm patterns, and ultimately more uninhabitable places. A lot of cool shit followed by a bunch of bullshit, or vice versa. Mass destabilization of resources and infrastructure, from war, climate catastrophes, and resource frequency of biological catastrophes, pandemics, crops, and livestock deaths by diseases. What's a completely harmless secret you keep from your wife? I offer to drive most places because her driving terrifies me. I paid for her 5-year-old nephew's funeral. After seeing what all Sil and Bill had been through on top of all the expense of everything else, I made a phone call to the funeral home director. Wife doesn't one knows, but I think she may suspect. I've been making the bed for years, just so I can have an extra 4 inches of top sheet. When we had a hard time with money, I saved the chicken for her lunch and said it was enough for both. If I really want to watch a movie and she's not around, I'll watch it Never Tell and watch it again with her. Every birthday of hers I go and remind basically anyone she knows about it. She isn't on social media, so no one gets the Facebook reminder or whatever. And it makes her so happy when she sees that friends from years ago are thinking of her. She gets so happy. I dislike how she makes my tea in the morning. Nice try, babe. Would you take $1 million, but there's a 5 chance you'll die? Why? Worst case scenario, I get $1 million. Only 5. Of course. I play poker, and that's like 100 possibility to win. Yeah, a win-win situation. As a human being, there's a 100 chance of dying, risking 5 to escape the endless cycle of student loans and bills. I'll take those odds for financial freedom any day. Yes, because I want $1 million, but I also want to die. Win-win. There's a chance you die when you do anything exciting. Yes, worst case I die, best case I'm a millionaire. Let's make it more interesting. 50 mil and 50 chance of dying. The chance is low, so why not? It's not like 50-50 or something. No way. Sell my bet to someone more willing to take the risk for likes or something. Yes, we all have to die sometime, and $1 million is $1 million. Can you defend yourself in case of physical attack? How? Pocket sand, of course. Depends on a few things like, is the attacker alone? Armed? Statistics show fighting back is the most effective means of escape, but it does increase the likelihood of getting injured. Depends. I hate violence and will try not to fight if at all possible. I'm also an old person and can't run away. That said, I'm also and deliver beer kegs for a living. I can't military press one anymore, but I can still pick it up to chest height. So I figure if there's anything nearby that I can grab and swing around to defend myself like a short person, I should be ok. If you're big, get faster. If you're weak, get stronger. If you're small, remember eyes and throat, and never give your back, even on the ground, even to get up. They can come down and get you if you can't stand up safely. How is everyone feeling about Donald Trump officially being under arrest? That guy from Home Alone just goes to show y'all really never can tell. I've been hurt before. Oh, come on, baby, we live in a country where rule of law matters and actions have consequences. Never again am I trusting my heart to Lady Justice. Great. Now let's start going after all politicians and other government officials. Annoyed Donald Trump is back in the news. I couldn't care less about this one. What I would like to see him get arrested for is the phone call he made to GA officials telling them to find him votes. It seems that the current main talking point in conservative media is if they are allowed to go after him, they're going to come after you next. I sure hope they come after anyone breaking the law just the same. Waiting for Georgia. What was the most important day of your life? The day I innocently messaged this girl on Facebook that I wished I'd gotten to know her better before graduating, soon celebrate our 12-year wedding anniversary, have 3 kids, and I'm as infatuated with her as the day we went on our first date. If not for that message, we very likely would never have seen each other again. The day my wife said yes. The day my fiancé proposed. The day I became sober from drugs and alcohol. October 24th, 2022. The day my wife and I started going out. My first date with the woman that is now my wife. I was planning to commit suicide and met her about a month before the date I had picked. We've been married for 8.5 years and have an amazing little 5-month-old boy. I still struggle with depression, but I've got a strong support system in place. The day bison graced my village. Men on Askmen. What was the one thing which your mother told you as a kid which was wrong? That she loved me. That cracking my knuckles would give me arthritis. That women don't like their hair pulled, that was a fucking lie. That all that I do is somehow related to her. My successes showed how great of a mother she was, and my failures showed how I didn't follow her ideas. Took a lot of therapy, but I am doing much better. Generally, I think my mother did a good job, but I think she was wrong about no sex before marriage. That being gay means you're a me, why I've never come out as bi to my parents. My mom's entirely parenting philosophy was if my kids hate me, I'm doing my job. Such a ridiculous concept. If you treat a woman well, she'll treat you well. That her work is more important than my work is more important than her. She told me I was handsome, which I knew even back then was a bold-faced lie. It didn't take long for everyone to forget about Apple Vision Pro. I mean, they made it pretty clear it's a development unit. Right now there are hundreds of app developers with Apple Vision Pros racing to make the best app for it, so Apple will fund the shit out of them to continue making their platform marketable. That's because after the dust settled, people realized that fantastic alternatives already exist for a seventh of the price. And it's still pretty damn niche to begin with. It's following a predictable launch arc. Everyone thought the same about the iPad a couple months after launch. It was just a big iPhone that didn't serve much purpose. Now they're everywhere. This isn't hail corporate to say Apple is usually really good at the long game. I wouldn't say app is dead yet. Are you constantly thinking of VR products? Why did you expect people to continue talking about a product they can't get their hands on or afford? What a weird post.